know, I don't mind it too much. I think it's really important that you grab the Syndra here, not because of what she does in terms of the matchup into Azir, but because you need some follow-up engage for the damage to come through. Varus has so much peel between, you know, the Braum and the Gnar when the Gnar engages, but Syndra's gives you all that extra damage plus Scatter the Weak.
Early to mid-game, Afrika do have the opportunity of setting themselves up for something fantastic. Plus, if Fly's on form, we've seen... Yeah, this is certainly one of his high win rate champions, as Dread is going to stop. Morgan's back.
Morgan kept channeling it. He's like, maybe he won't do it, because he could see him obviously on the ward, but this is really frustrating.
I mean,
right
King
now
can just boomerang him at any point, as now he's looking to try and get out of the way. You can see the vision here, and Dread is just corralling this Wukong.
They actually can look for a kill now.
Yeah, let's see what they can actually get done here as the decoy goes down. Oh no, Dread gets out of the way, and Morgan can't find the auto. Oh, it's a disaster. First blood goes to Keen, though. Fantastic news for Afrika Freaks.
See, the win rate for Trundle is actually insane.
Yeah.
As we were pointing out earlier. Oh. Okay, once again.
I've seen this one before, as Keen almost does it by himself, tanking the turret for now as Morgan tries to take down Dread. It's going to be pretty close, but at this point, does have his flash available. Doesn't have a wave to build that Nabar up on either, as this Rift Herald going down relatively low. Let's see how Afrika managed to do this one, as Willa taken down to about half health. Scatter, not exactly the greatest one, as there's the flash in. Cyclone's good, but lands, gets himself out of there with his flash. Morgan in trouble as the exhaust comes down onto Dread. Keen, they're trying to keep him in control as he flash Nars, but only finds the Tahm Kench. Vista has grey health to eat through, as well as he abyssally dives away. Deft tries to get in there to get some damage down, but it looks like Afrika have taken control of Shelly. They'll pick her up, but Harmor Life don't lose any members.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those moments where somebody's going to criticize Joey for just farming, but actually he can't do anything. Oh no!
Still going to land even after the flash. That's an easy pickup, as now Lahan's likely to fall as well. It's a double kill for the Trundle. Utility maybe, but perhaps he just builds a Divine Sunder and eats everyone on the map.
Oh, you definitely will be looking to do that at this stage, but Rift Herald started up here for Honor Life Esports, but I don't know if this is a fight you can realistically take.
Well, Q going to connect that onto Vista as Dread thinking about an opportunity to head forward, but not going to take it.
Keen has teleport. Have to respect that.
Yeah, this is really scary. Afrika might actually just give this one up to give Keen even more money. Could theoretically work out here, as of course Chovy threatening the Emperor's Divide is scary. And now we're looking for the engage. The arrow comes through. Lahans is going to go golden for the moment, as Morgan now looking for that ultimate knock-up that is going to have to flash away here. Uses it onto Dread, who's trying to solo out the top laner off to the side. But in comes Chovy. Emperor's Divide puts Dread under the turret, and Morgan looks to try and catch up to him, but he's not going to be able to. Keen going to come through and play a little bit of interference, as Shirley will be taken here by Willa in the end. But we don't have any kills off the back of this one once again, as Chovy looks for Keen here. That's a lot of damage as Deft looks for Fly, but he might have overstepped. He flashes back.
He doesn't have vision, I don't believe. Oh, okay, now they do.
Yeah, they are going to be out. Okay, Chovy. I think they have an idea of what's happening, but Dread just pops in and takes it down.
Oh my god.
Very comfortably steals it away. Connects the Q there onto Morgan, who tries to decoy his way out. Knows that he's dead and tries to get as much damage as he can, but it's not going to work. Keen's also able to take down the Tahm Kench off to the back end. And Harmor, they gave Afrika a pretty nice leash there.
Yeah, that was a really nice leash. I mean, the thing is, if we go back up to this fight here, this is Afrika actually being decisive, which we have not seen from them a lot. It's one of our biggest criticisms for them. But Lahens gets caught, and they use it as an engage option. He uses his stopwatch here, and then the Gnar comes through. Unfortunately, it's still just a little bit mistimed and disjointed here, so he has to use his Gnar to escape. And this doesn't end up being the fight that Afrika wanted. They end up losing the Rift Herald. Dread just barely flashes out of here, but this is just uncalled for.
Yeah.
Nobody's blocking for him. There's no vision. There's nobody spawning for him. And Dread was in here. They just didn't have vision on him, so they don't expect that he's actually going to come steal, to their credit. Like, there's no expectation that someone is hiding in there, but not even a single ward means you're going to get punished sometimes in moments like this.
Yeah, just a little bit sad. Harmor Life expecting the Lee Sin to go home after limping. So Dread just, getting everything for nothing there pretty beautifully. As now Fly's in trouble. Emperor's Divide going to lock him down. Throws out an ultimate as Chovy's relatively low, and now Dread looking to try and grab him here. The flash is going. See whether Willa can actually get over here. Doesn't have flash available, and he's nowhere near the pit. So it looks like Harmor Life are just going to lose this dragon, and the Trundle just falls for free. Dread in a little bit of trouble here as in goes Morgan, finds the Cyclone onto Keen, who's very low. Arrow's going to connect for a fair bit of damage, but Keen is still alive for the moment. And there is the flashover from Morgan. Fly down extraordinarily low. Finally, the Wukong grabs himself the kill.
When you know that you have this insane positional advantage, look at where everyone is here for Hunter Life Esports, and Lehens is in perfect position to actually peel to make sure this goes in. It was 8 health there on the Drake. But you end up getting the instant blow up on the Willer, and you can retreat and get out of here. Morgan has a heroic attempt, but it's not enough to get much more.
There's a catfish delivery here as Vista going to be able to eat the Grey health, but it's not going to keep him alive. And Leo's going to help lock him down. Almost had the ultimate available, but didn't even need it.
Vision control goes to Afrika. As we watch this pick happen once again, Vista just trying to control some of that vision because it's been taken away from him so much. Like, it was in live, he was trying to clear it up again. Like, he's like, just trying to do my job. I need to know where.
Sail majestically by. Looks pretty cool with that skin as well. I like the plants.
They're going to get
Chain
this
disruption going to miss. Turret. Yeah, they should be able to lock that one down as Willer now trying to zone Fly, who's completely out in no man's land. Keen finds the ult, but only onto Vista as Def gets himself out of the way. But the turn onto Willer is huge. Keen gets exhausted as well. As now the Monkey tries to do something, but he's going to fail, unfortunately. Emperor's Divide still up for Chovy. Also still has his flash. But not actually able to get into a position to do damage with it, as Hanwha's still on the push. As, yeah, well, it's down to about half health here, as Morgan is able to at least avoid Scat of the Week, but isn't going for any sort of engage, as Willer throws down the Subjugate. Dread now in there, it's going to be a 50-50. Won by Willer as the W from Keen is not going to connect. Humble Life Esports flashes out of the way as that wallop is going to go wide as well. Dread trying to get towards this Hanwha team as Vista abyssally dives his way out. Morgan is, of course, dead, and Hanwha are now getting corralled by the rest of Hanwha Live. Keen down to half health, but looks like he has no fear whatsoever. Chovy tries to get in there, finds 2 with the Emperor's Divide. He will go down, but he trades his life for Lehens. But Afrika are just too far ahead. Def now the last man standing, and Afrika should be able to chase him down.
Oh, yeah. The negatives are going to start coming through here on that Baron power play as Deft is going to get blocked out by this teleport here. No retreat, no escape, no chance. Not going to be able to trade this. Dread kicks him away, and that is going to be Baron buff removed from the map from all 5 players here on the side of Honor Life Esports. It was a nice smite from Willer, but the end result is Afrika get the... Hey, look at Dread here. He's just trying to cut off anyone, especially Chovy. If he could find an angle, he will just execute him.
Oh, Def just thrown underneath the turret here, and the shield bow is not going to keep him alive. The stopwatch will for a little while as Vista finds the Devour, but Def needs so many cooldowns to keep himself alive as Dread looking for the backline, gets the kick onto Willer, not exactly the priority target as Dread goes golden for the moment. There's the Emperor's Divide, but does basically nothing there as the Azir is just going to fall immediately. Def now trying to run for the hills. Morgan with a bit of a desperate ult there in towards the backline. Hysteric's helping him out as now Lehens looking to chase down Def as he throws up the Unbreakable. There's the exhaust. As now Leo is just going to finish off the Ashe, and everyone's dead now on Humble Life Esports' side, and the Elder is not even going to get taken as Keen. He's had enough of this game.
Yeah, he's like, I threw Deft in the turret. That means I can kill the Nexus, right? Right, Coach? That's what I'm pretty sure that's the rules.
Yeah.
That's going to be game 1 going over to Afrika Freaks. A very clean game from them. Early control of the top side.
Smooth as well. Right, and so things are going to get a little bit messy, but Afrika's composition just does so well in that instance. So much damage done here by Keen, doubling that of what Morgan did put forward, but that's something to be expected from the Nah just in general.
Yeah, this is going to be a game.
Top laners.
Yeah.
We're not entirely sure about the locations of all of these champions right now.
I'm a little bit worried about this one. Yeah, Zach is actually one of the great responses you can have in this scenario. You have so much engage now from long range.
On Ryze, I mean, he's just going to be a Ryze, right? We know that Fly can do that. He's been doing it his entire career, which has gone for a potential attempted dive.
Very similar to last game.
Yep.
This time they're going to commit.
Well, they're looking for it. Smite goes down as Willer gets underneath the turret. The Flame Spitter's doing so much damage to Leo here. First Blood does go down. Lehens is going to be taken as well. It's a double kill for Willer as now he's trying to fight against Dread. Def just going to walk past and look to take him down, but it's not going to work. It's a 2 for 2 in the end as Dread will get taken down to the passive as Fly makes his way forward. There's the Flux. Sply should be able to root down the Ashe.
G level
See
2.
whether Deft can actually kite this one out. He still has Flash available here. He might have to flash the next Q, and he is going to do so.
As this is going to be a bit of a tussle for the Drake. Chovy has mid-prio.
Yeah, it does. As Rune Prison does come down there, and Fly just flaunting his range advantage as in goes Lehens, but doesn't quite find the Zenith Blade. It's the Dragon trying to get amongst it, as you can see, down to about half, as Hanwha. They are grouped up. Teleport unavailable for either of these top laners, so it's going to be a 4v4 as it's a good smite to come through from Willa, as now Afrika are collapsing. They're looking to try and lock one down, but Fly caught by himself. That is going to be able to get away, at least for the moment, but Chovy is going to be there with the Realm Warp. The Ashe is going to fall down as well as now Lehens trying to get in, finds the Zenith Blade onto Vista, who eats some grey health as Dread just dives in once again. Chovy trying to get that kill as the passive not even necessary, and Dread just walks it out.
Almost fighting him back here, but it does not happen. This is a really hard collapse to pull off as Afrika because Rise is like, ooh, I want to walk in, but actually not really. And when Lehens doesn't actually hit his first engage, I felt really scared. But the second one here puts everybody else on Hanwha Life Esports on the wrong side of this team fight. The Realm Warp is actually massive because he gets a lot of extra turret shots here onto Chovy. Then you can push the issue. When Dread actually decides to engage here, those are really long cooldowns. It finally comes back up, and he hits the knock-up onto Chovy, who took that extra turret shot. And he does get the double there. You have to hit those two together to hit the stun, and that's just enough. He plays this so perfectly. Look at the cooldown. Just as soon as it comes up, he goes in. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Those cooldowns are so long. And he's like, I've got jump, I'm going in. And he plays it so perfectly. Dread, he called himself the ace of Afrika because 1-5, 74 games already on a new champion. Pretty crazy to see that.
Yeah, it's a lot. As Realm Warp is going to deliver even Shelly into the jungle and take down a catfish. All right.
Okay. Which they are looking to do. This is a really nice setup for Willer.
Yeah, however,
spotted.
Wrapping around as Dread's going to dive on in. Arrow connects as the flash out. There from Vista as the head knock. Not going to quite work out there after the flash. As Keen going for the dive underneath this turret here. As Morgan gets the kick flash onto Keen. The turret is still angry as he gets the crush to get himself out of there. They do have vision as he walks down the red carpet. This is a difficult moment as the Q is going to connect and Morgan gets his revenge.
A bit of a doubt there because Willer was so far away.
Well, Chovy now in a lot of trouble. Heartbreaker, there's the flash this time around as the Solar Flare will connect for the slow, and Chovy not going to survive this one. That is a great Q to land from Leo. WM is a little bit more closed than we would otherwise think as Dread's going to go for another engage. There's the head bonk as the Equalizer comes down to do some work here as Vista is going to get taken out. The arrow is great onto Fly as Deft is going to keep himself alive, but it's a good pick. And Hanwha now just going to throw down the Rift Herald as well as Chovy just biding his time, waiting off to the backside there, looking for Keen. Pops out of the brush and isn't quite able to deter Keen from doing too much. Who's just going to play goalkeeper by the looks of things. Dread really going to grab that charge, and yeah, Dread looking for yet another one. He has the passive, so I like it.
He's extremely tanky as well at this stage. You know, he has his gauntlet. He's had it for a really long time. Steel plated caps, steel cap plates, whatever those are called. But I think controlling that vision and trying to look for a fight there was way more important.
Yeah, Vista sort of in no man's land right now as he flashes the Chains of Corruption. Chovy looks for Lehens, but he gets stunned by the Solar Flare. There's the Equalizer, not doing a whole lot of work, but Leo is slightly zoned from the situation. Gale Force forward there from Deft, who flashes to get himself out of the way. Fly just dives over the wall though, and Deft going to explode with the Q damage. As Chovy looks to try and get out in his Zac form. Morgan's going to get soloed under the inner turret bottom lane, and this is an absolute disaster for Hanwha Life. Afrika with the triple kill onto Leo. Look to break open the base.
Oh, best observing world, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't miss a single part of that action on two fronts. Got the kill there.
Looking for a bit of a fight there where he probably wasn't able to get one. As now Chovy's in an awkward position, one could say. Heartbreaker gets himself out of the way, goes into the mist, but now Dread turns up and says, yeah, no, you're not getting out of here, mate. And that is absolutely what's going to happen.
Chovy caught farming.
Well, Deft is going to try his luck here, joined by a few other members of Hanwha Life Esports, but they're not going to be able to defend this inner turret, that's absolutely for sure, as Keen with a great Narbar right now has flash available as well, but isn't going to go in. There's the boulder toss, not going to connect either, as Afrika just pushed them completely away from this inner. In the meantime, though, out of turrets being traded for this on the top side of the map. You can decide whether or not that's worth, as the inhibitor on the bottom side will go down. And Afrika now without a lane to push, because of course we can see that Chovy has the top lane well and truly under control. But this is only one Nexus turret at half health.
Chovy's trying to save that gold for his next best of 3. He's going to teleport in.
Yeah. As now the Nexus is exposed, in goes Lehens, as that is the attempted escape, but Chovy's just dead before he even arrives. And Afrika now push them towards their fountain. Def trying to get what damage he can, but this Nexus is exposed, and Afrika are just currently playing with their food. Fly just realm warps his way towards the turret, as that is an extraordinarily high value stopwatch, but in the meantime, the minions will do their job and take down that Nexus. Wasn't really the same. 28.5 minutes is a pretty quick one here for Afrika, who really tidied things up pretty early.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season with the Universe translation, joined by the solo POG Dread from Afrika Freaks. Congratulations on picking up a very clean 2-0 victory over Hana Life Esports. How are you feeling? I think we played just as usual, but we were able to get a really good result. It feels awesome. It was Afrika had this jinx where you guys always had the reversed result of the first round robin. What kind of mindset did you bring for today's series? I didn't really think of something special, you know. I was just feeling relaxed in order to play the game today. Red, your Lee Sin showed off some fleet footwork, and also you won almost every smite fight as well. Were you feeling super fly today? Feeling good? Yeah, pretty okay. And also, I'm actually pretty upset about the Baron Smite fight where I lost. I also thought that was pretty winnable for me. I guess Red was feeling a bit of a confidence heading into today's series. And in game number 1, it was all about you and Keen getting almost every lead. And then you, in the game number 2, actually made a really good cover gank for the bottom lane as well. So tell us about your early game jungle pathing. I think every jungler will feel the same. It's about the matchup. It's all about the champion matchup in the lanes. So it changes my path. Did you also see the same kind of turret type happening down on the bottom lane by Hana Life Esports? Because our bottom duo, I knew that they would be suffering a little bit down there. So game number 1, you were playing around the top side. Game number 2, it was all about the engage from Zac. A lot of people are actually praising the upgraded macro of Afrika Freaks. What was the key? I think every teammate played so well. That's about it. In game 2, we had 3-way flex pick, Lee Sin, Rumble, Viego from Hana Life Esports, and then Afrika was just so confident to R5 Zac. Tell us about that draft as well. The moment we saw that Ash Tompkins locked in, I really wanted to play Zac. And then I thought this was a really decent pick into the opponent's comp. Thanks to that, we were able to have some phenomenal series from Zac. So let's take a look at this replay.
너무 좋아. 이게 그 짐승의 포효였다 뭐 이런 얘기를
했거든요. From the beast. What was that? How did you feel at that moment? Even if I died there, I knew that my teammates will sweep up the kills, so I was able to be more aggressive. You said Sinjao is no fun. What about Zac? I think you had some fun, right?
일단 매우 재밌었고요.
Very fun.
재미없는 챔피언 하기
I hate playing no fun champions. I'm glad that I was able to play something like Zac. So, which one do you prefer? Carrying on Lee Sin or carrying on Zac?
아무래도 자크는 자기가 힘든
Zac
상황을
is a champion that actually
견뎌내고 이기는
have
거기
to,
때문에
you know,
자크가 더 재밌을 것 같아요.
overcome some of the hardships. So I prefer winning on Zac, carrying with
오늘
Zac.
상대가 1, 2세트 모두 애쉬 탐캐치를 빠르게 가져가면서
Hololive
바텀 쪽을
Esports
강하게 압박하는
was
전략을
very
준비해왔거든요.
obvious with their
근데
pick.
이제 그래서
Early
그
lock-in
바텀
with
선수들과
Ash and Tomkins.
커뮤니케이션
We
하는 데
knew that they're going to play around the
어떻게
bottom
버틸
side
것일까?
of the
어떻게
map.
계획할
So
것일까?
what
그런 게
kind
좀
of
궁금한데
communication
어떤
did you
얘기가
guys
좀
have in order to deal with their playstyle?
그때 상황이 잘 기억이
I
안
don't really
나가지고
remember
근데 좀
the situation
힘들어해서
exactly, but they were
최대한
having some
제가
hard
뭐
time.
안는 턴에 많이
So
봐주려고
I
했던 것 같아요.
tried my best in order to use my tempo whenever it was available to play around the bot side.
징크스 뭐 별로 의식 안 한다 그러셨는데
You said you don't really pay attention about the
징크스가
jinx
있기도
that
있어서요.
Africa has, but you have a different jinx. A very long history of this jinx. Since 2016, you guys always ended up being a 5th place in the summer split. Do you think you can break that jinx this time around? Lift it up?
네, 깨보겠습니다.
Yes, we will.
이런 징크스는 안 되죠.
네. 그러기 위해서는
In order to do that, you have to get the dub in the final series of the regular split up against KT
네,
Roaster.
일단 다음 경기도 저희가 플레이오프
We will,
진출은 했지만
even though we got our spot in the playoffs, we will, you know, play out of our heart in order to get the best result and end on a good note. And this will be the end of the interview from Tread from Africa Freaks, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.